What is the point of this podcast? Well, there are a number of points, a number of goals, and I have covered them in the past, but I think it's healthy from time to time for me to remind myself what those points are, and you, the listener, should hear them as well. I started doing the Ask RC podcast about a year ago, believing that there is a segment of the population. Really, it started with me. Not that it started with me, but I discovered that, hey, I'm often Googling on YouTube. What about this? What about that? Trying to find answers. Usually it's how to fix things, because I'm not very good at that kind of thing. And I thought, well, what if there are people coming onto YouTube and seeking out answers to questions that they ask privately? Particularly, my goal has been to try to answer those questions that would be of interest to those who are not, in fact, Christians. Now, I have, from the beginning, included questions and answers that are of interest to Christians. It's both, but because I want to be a servant to all. But the original impetus was, hey, what if there's an unbeliever out there who wants to know how Christians think, how we reach the conclusions that we reach, why we think the way that we think. What if I could help them with that? And in so doing, perhaps, perform some sort of apologetical work that has some value. So that's why we ask questions that are relevant to unbelievers, and sometimes those questions overlap both potential listeners. Many of the difficulties and struggles that unbelievers have are the same kinds of struggles that unbelievers have. So we have this so much in common. And at the end of the day, it's my conviction as a Christian that the Bible has the answers that we need. The Bible itself claims that it has everything necessary for a life of godliness, that it equips us for every good work. Now, if I, as a Christian, believe that to be true, don't I want to bring that to bear as much as I can where I'm going to be heard as far and wide as possible to help other people? Now, I have from time to time answered questions and received some significant hostility from some unbelieving listeners. I mean, hair on fire rage directed at me. And that's another reason why I've chosen to do this. Not because I want that, not because I enjoy that, by no means, but because I can put up with it. I can handle it. It doesn't beat me down. It doesn't destroy me, because, as many of you already know, my reputation's already destroyed. There's nothing to salvage there. All I have is hidden with Christ in the heavenly places, and it's all I need. And so I'm willing and ready to serve my Lord by taking some of that heat. Now, again, my job, I'm not a provocateur. I'm not trying to annoy people on purpose, but I am trying to say some truthful things. We live in a day and an age where Christians, because we are losing whatever remnants of cultural influence that we once had, we're living in a day where Christians in general are racing to affirm whatever it is the world wants us to affirm. And I think that's really unhelpful for the world. We're salt losing its savor. And I want to be a place on the World Wide Web where people can say, well, if you want an honest answer, not a provocative, hostile answer, but an honest answer that doesn't pull punches, the Ask RC podcast is a place to get it. So that's what we're trying to do. That's how we're trying to serve. If we are serving you, I hope you will let us know and let others know. Get the word out. Share this with folks if we're being a blessing to you, whether you're an unbeliever or a believer. Either way, we're here to serve. We're enjoying doing so, and as always, we do want conversation. We want back and forth. So let us hear from you. Let us know how we're doing.